Hey Stampers, it's the Pampered Stamper, and I just want to briefly show you how to make this card. So it's kind of cool. It opens up and you'll see blank inside. There's a reason for that. This green piece, if you look carefully, you can see that it's wrapped around to create this flap. Now, I would advise that when you make a beautiful card and you don't know who you're going to send it to, that you leave the inside blank, because there's nothing worse than thinking you've got the perfect card for someone only to open it up and find out that it has the wrong saying inside. So let's take a look at what we're doing here. This green piece here is 3 1/4 inches wide by 8 1/2, and we scored it at 4 1/4, so exactly in half. So you can get 3 of these out of an 8 1/2 by 11. So we'll just move that aside. Then we have the base of the card, which is 5 1/2 by 4 1/4. And then we have the white insert, which is 4 inches by 5 1/4. Okay, so did I say that right? 5 1/2 by 4 1/4, 5 1/4 by 4. Okay, so just a 1/4 of an inch difference. So now I'm going to take my fast fuse and quickly get this going. Not that you want to see me adhere things, but that's kind of what the price you have to pay if you want to see a card going together. Top corners lined up. When they look pretty good with even edges, the rest goes down, and then you're good to go. Nothing worse than an askew mat. So now we're going to take this green piece and just put adhesive on the 1/2. Okay. And then I'm going to do it like this. I want it right up to the score line. Then we're good to go. See? It's not exactly the same as the other one, but that's okay. Then we have a piece of gingham gala paper, which is 3 inches by 4 inches. And that means you can get 2 of them out of a 4 by 6 piece with a nice little piece left over. Okay? And you could use any of the colors in the gingham gala. It is retiring, but today I think is either the last day or the second last day to get this paper. There we go. And then we have 2 stitched rectangles, okay? And they are right here, just so you can see them for size. And here are the rest of them. These stitched rectangles are a great deal. There's a lot of them in one package. I think there's 13. I haven't counted. But if you see them nested, then it is number 3 and number 4 in this group, okay? Just so you know. And then I want to show you something else. You think this is a simple card, but it uses 3 stamp sets. It uses Waterfront. It's using the palm tree from Waterfront. It is using the Relaxed Dad from A Good Man. And it's using High Tide, the birds, and the water. Okay, let's do this. So we're going to put this green piece aside. And then we are going to stamp the water first. Oops. In Night of Navy. Okay. And just along the bottom. Mine's a little bit darker. This card was given to me by Pat Skirt Shack, and it's beautiful. Now these are the base of the palm tree. Now there's photopolymer in between there. You have to tap very gently on your ink pad, or you will get a palm tree that's got something hanging between it. So very gently, light tap, tap, and then we're good. There we go. And it looks like Pat used Old Olive on there, but I don't have Old Olive. Yes, I do. I am prepared. I have Old Olive ready. Okay, let's try this. So here are the palm trees, and you just, there. It's pretty dark, but that's okay. My water's darker too, so it's all good. Then we're going to stamp the birds from High Tide in Memento. And with Memento, it's a linen-y type ink pad, so the twist and shout technique ensures that you get good coverage. And we're going to just tilt them a little bit. There we go. Beautiful. Then we're going to use a sponge, and my English is terrible today. Then we are going to use a sponge and balmy blue, and we're just going to lighten up the water. And you'll notice how my sponge is half on the paper, half off the paper. That just ensures that you don't get blotchy look. Okay? And then lightly, the same color, we're going to sponge the sky. Just daubing very lightly. And then you get a totally different look. Isn't that amazing? So this was a rub, and this is the light daubing. Very light, because otherwise you're going to get splotches. Okay? So let's put this together. We're going to put some tape on the back, and we'll line it up with our granny apple green. So you don't necessarily have to use the same ink as what you are using in cardstock. Okay, look how pretty that is. Now the important thing is, this is going to go like this. You want to make sure you're only putting adhesive on the one side. So imaginary line there, because otherwise you will have exposed glue. And that is not pretty, because then your whole card will stick together. It's going to go up a little bit. Very nice. And then I'm guessing what Pat did to color her man, because I think she did a phenomenal job. He looks like he's wearing a camo t-shirt. And then she did add Wink of Stella. I don't know if you can see the glitter in there. It's very cool. I'm not sure he would like that, but we like it as watching the card. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a blender pen. And a blender pen really is just a naked marker that you pick up color with. And the nice way to pick up color, we're going to start with petal pink for his legs. And we just take a block and go like that. And then you've got your ink on your block. So let's see how this goes. Always check your blender pen to make sure it's clear, okay? Because maybe the last person that used it didn't clean it properly. So we'll start with his legs. Oh, he's got a bit of a tan. And I also realized that I stamped with Memento, which is what you do when you use blends, but I'm not sure if that's right for a blender pen. We're going to find out. Okay, he's been sitting in the sun for a little bit. I didn't think petal pink would be this dark. But that's okay. He can't help it. I'll show him some grace. But we'll make his arms the same color so that he looks uniform. See, now if I was using blends, I could go over it with a color lifter and lift some of this color off, but that's not happening. Oh, on his neck. He's trying to cover his face because he doesn't want a sunburn, but I think it's too late. He's a little delusional. All right, so now we're going to use Night of Navy, and I'm going to be a bad girl, and I'm going to use the other side of my block. We'll just turn it over. My grid paper can get dirty. So I clean the blender pen by wiping it, and then we'll do his shorts. Oh, they're dark. But if we keep going, they do get lighter. So we'll just pretend he's got a shadow going there, which of course he does. There. That doesn't look half bad. He's got distressed jeans on. He's chillaxing. Okay, a little bit of Old Olive. Let's see, I do have another block. Yes, that's good. A little Old Olive. And we're just going to do, I want to get that really cool look that Pat has going. Sometimes when you have a certain look, it's a happy accident because colors bled or something, and something happened that you didn't intend. But Pat's at the cottage right now, so I couldn't get a hold of her to get her little tips and tricks. So I am on my own. All right. So what we're going to do is add a little bit of blue in there, because that's what it looks like she did. I'm going to flip this over because I don't have another block. There. Clean my blender pen. And I hope you can see this. All right. A little bit of blue in here. Okay, Pat's definitely looked better, but we're going to see if we can redeem this. Like, you know how guys hang on to their t-shirts, right? They're ratty and old. We try to throw them out, and then they find them in the garbage because they have a sixth sense. They know when we're going to do this. I'm going to add a little bit of soft suede. And if you see, I only added it to the one side of the block. So we're good. I haven't messed up my inks yet. Can you guys see me? Yeah, I think so. All right. Add a little bit of brown. Oh, okay, this is definitely, let's call it a tie-dye shirt maybe. Pat, you're going to have to chime in with your secrets after this. See? All right, well, it's interesting. It's pretty ugly, I'm not going to lie. Okay, we're going to just give him a soft suede hat. This is one of those Australian hats, I think. There. There, that looks pretty cool. He looks pretty good. Now we have to give him some yellow in his chair. It's a good thing I have lots of blocks laying around. Oh, almost forgot. Oh, no, I did forget. That's clean. Okay. So this is a beautiful stamp set. I posted about this on my blog today, so if you want to take a look at it, I love it when you guys drop by. I like it even more when you leave a comment, because then I don't feel like I've been talking to nobody at all. Okay. Well, now we're going to carefully, no, you know what? I was going to sponge in there, but that is not going to work. We're going to use Balmy Blue. And I'm going to use another block. All my blocks now have a stamp on one side and ink on another side. And then if you're Dutch, you kind of don't want to waste the ink, but I will. I'm not going to keep creating to use up all that ink. See, so it's a hot summer day, and he has pulled his lawn chair into the water. And he's just chillaxing. So you could use this card for Father's Day, or you could use it for birthday. You could use it for retirement. Okay, and then this image is perfect for fussy cutting because there aren't too many funny spots. So let's see. Yeah. See, and if you move the paper instead of your scissors, it's much easier to cut. That's a trick. And then if you didn't cut perfectly along the lines, then you can sponge your edges with like gray, and that will also make it look better. But we're going to see how I do. I had meant to do this video a couple hours ago, but life happened, and my delightful son hung up my paintings that I finally got framed, and my daughter-in-law and my little granddaughter stayed for supper as well. And we had a lovely visit. So I thought this video can wait. I knew you guys would understand. Family first. There you go. There he is. And so he is going to sit like so. And we're going to pop him up because that looks better. Except I don't have any poppers. And you know what? Pat didn't pop it up either, so I'm going to be a rebel and I'm not popping it up because I want to finish this card. Here we go. And there he is. Pretty nice, hey? Super easy, actually. I'm so glad. I'm so thankful that Pat gave me this card. We had a gathering last Thursday with people from my team, people from Pat's team, and a few other people. And all within about an hour and a half. Well, one lady drove from Goderich, so she drove almost a good 2 hours anyway, almost 2.5. And we just were so inspired by each other. So that is really one of the wonderful things about being a demonstrator. So there's my card and there's Pat's card. I like Pat's t-shirt way better. I think that maybe she used an aqua painter because my t-shirt guy, see them side by side. Yeah, this is the cool guy and this guy is the wannabe. But that's okay. You can see how, they're just different. And if people didn't see them side by side, they'd never know the difference. So anyhow, thank you so much for joining me. Have a super day. And if you need a catalog, I have a whole whack load of them here. And we're making this card at Coffee and a Card tomorrow. So if you want to come, I would love to see you. Bye.